Hi there, this is Juno Dawson, and this is my first agony aunt session. I get loads and loads. Oh, Prince is here as well. Hello. I get loads and loads of letters from readers all the time since this book is getting Mind Your Head come out, asking for advice about all sorts of different kinds of things. And I thought it'd be better to maybe answer some of these problems in videos, because then hopefully the advice can reach more people. So the first one comes from Regina Phalange. And Regina says, "The thing that I'm worried about is that I recently found out that one of my best friends is self-harming. She hasn't discussed it with me or any of our other friends, and I'm really worried about her. I know I can't just tell her to stop, but I want to help her in any way that I can. I know she'll be furious if I tell a teacher or her parents, but I really want to help her get the support she needs. What should I do?" When I was at school, two of my really good friends were self-harmers, and then at university one of my friends was self-harming as well, and I felt exactly like Regina. I didn't know what to do. I felt really powerless to help because it wasn't something that I'd been through, and it was something that I felt like I didn't understand. But I think Regina's absolutely right in that it's not something that you can just tell people to stop, that's wrong, don't do it. That's going to be really counterproductive. Let's discuss what self-harm even is. Self-harm is when people deliberately hurt themselves outside of a way we would consider sort of culturally normal, and that's why shaving your legs or waxing your legs or tattooing doesn't count. There is no one reason why people sometimes hurt themselves. There's all different reasons why people do it. What I think is certainly true though is that it's never just self-harming. It's possibly a symptom of a much bigger problem, possibly an underlying mental problem, so anxiety or depression or stress perhaps, which is why just telling somebody to stop isn't going to work. The other thing to think about as well is that actually self-harm can be quite addictive, because when you hurt yourself it gives off something called endorphins, which is a hormone that gives you quite a buzzy feeling. It's the same hormone you get when we exercise or we're having something very exciting happening. So actually self-harm can be habit forming, so it is especially hard to stop. I think when approaching friends, and what I wish I'd done when I was at school is I wish I'd been more open about mental health and my mental health just in general, because then I think if you're having a conversation with your friends about mental health, maybe they're more likely to open up about their problems too. So I wish I'd said, I get very nervous for exams, I really worry about public transport, I really worry about getting lost, and maybe if I'd have talked about my anxiety problems, my friend would have been happy to tell me about her self-harm. And that's why I'm so keen on getting us all talking about mental health, because then, nothing will become special and taboo. And self-harm is really, really common, so it shouldn't be special or taboo, and it should be something that we can talk honestly about, because it affects so many young people. I've put some websites as well down here, some British ones, but there are global ones as well. There's selfinjurysupport.org.uk, there is harmless.org.uk, there is selfharm.co.uk, and of course there is the Mind website, and Mind is a mental health charity that I think has lots of wonderful resources, and there's the site.org as well, which has message boards and forums that you can talk to other sufferers as well. A really important thing that I want you to remember though is if you have a friend who is going through any sort of mental health crisis, be it food or self-harm or anxiety or depression, you can't fix them and you can't cure them, and it's not your responsibility to do that. And I wish somebody told me that when I was a teenager. All you can ever do as a friend is just be there and be ready to listen. Mind Your Head might come in helpful. That's showing backwards to me. I don't know if it's the right way around for you. Mind Your Head has all sorts of information about self-harm, and again for friends and parents of self-harmers as well. Maybe just talking about that book might get your friends to open up, or possibly, if fiction's easier to get people talking, the character of Polly Wolfe in All of the Above is a self-harmer as well, and the main character has to support her too. But yeah, I think that my general advice is you can't make your friend do anything, and I don't think that's going to help. I don't think anybody wants to feel cornered, but definitely do start a conversation about mental health. Do open up about stress and anxiety and nervousness, and hopefully your friend will open up to you as well. I've already got some more letters, but do keep sending your agony aunt letters to hello@junodawson.com, and maybe I will try and fix one of your problems in a video further down the line. But until now, Regina, I hope that helped. Bye.